In this video, we will make a radio button, just like this one, and also a radio group with 4 radio buttons. We can select one radio button at any given time from the group, and once we click on the clicked button, we will clear selection. A radio button is a two-stage button that can be either checked or unchecked. So first, we will create a radio button. Height and width will be wrap content. I will set the text to option 1. I will place this radio button to the center of the layout. So, top to top of parent, bottom to bottom of parent, left to left of parent, and right to right of parent. I will set the ID as RB_option 1. We can select the radio button here, but unlike a checkbox, we cannot unselect it manually. Yes, we can change the selection in a radio group, but we cannot unselect there as well. We will change text color and the button color. Text color, I will set it to red. You can see the change in text color. Now, I will change the button color as well. Button tint, I will use red again. Now, I will create a button above the radio button. Width will be 150. Height will be 50. I will set ID as btn_click. Text, click. Bottom to top of RB_option 1. Left to left of parent. Right to right of parent. Layout margin 10. I will create references to button and radio button in main activity. Button btn_click. Radio button RB_option 1. btn_click equals find view by ID r.id.btn_click. RB_option 1 equals find view by ID r.id.rb_option 1. Now, I will set an on-click listener to the click button. Whenever we click on this button, we will unselect the radio button. RB_option 1.set checked, false. This will uncheck the radio button. I will also set on checked change listener to the radio button. This will be called whenever the check state changes, that is whenever the radio button is checked or unchecked. I will simply display a toast whenever check state changes. Toast, buttonView.getText. For some reason, toast doesn't function properly in my emulator. So, I will also show this using setText. First, I will create a text view below the radio button. Height and width will be wrap content. Text size 16. Text style bold. Text color black. Layout margin 10. Top to bottom of RB_option 1. Left to left of parent. Right to right of parent. ID TV_display. TextView TV_display. TV_display equals find view by ID .id.tv_display. Now, if the radio button is checked, we will display one text, and if the radio button is unselected, we'll display some other text. If RB_option 1 is checked, TV_display.set text, option 1 selected. Else, TV_display.set text, option 1 unselected. Now on button click, if the radio button is checked, we will uncheck it, and if the radio button is not checked, we will check it. So, if RB_option 1 is checked, then RB_option 1 set checked false. Else, we can use set checked true, or else we can also use toggle. RB_option 1 toggle. Toggle function will only check the radio button and cannot uncheck it. So in if statement, I will comment the setChecked function and replace it with toggle. As you can see, we are able to check the radio button but are unable to uncheck it since we have used toggle. Now, we will create a radio group and then add 4 radio buttons to that radio group. Radio group. Height and width will be wrap content. I will set ID as RG. I will place this below option 1. So, top to bottom of RB underscore option 1. Left to left of parent. Right to right of parent. Layout margin 10. TextView will now be below radio group. I will copy this radio button and paste it inside the radio group. I will remove text color button tint and the position constraints. I will paste this button 3 more times. ID of second button will be RB underscore option 2 and text will be option 2. Radio group RG. RG equals find view by ID r.id.rg. Now, I will set an unchecked change listener to the radio group as well. So here, checked ID is the ID of the radio button selected in the radio group. So, I will display the text of the selected radio button. TV underscore display dot set text. Before this, radio button equals find view by ID, checked ID. Radio button dot get text. As you can see, we can only select one radio button from the radio group. Now once we click on the click button, we will clear the selection in radio group as well. So to do this, we need to use rg.clearCheck. But we got an error here after the radio group is unchecked. It is saying get text on a null object reference. This is because, once we have unchecked, the ID of the radio button will be returned as -1 since no radio button is checked. But there is no radio button with such ID. So I have simply displayed the checked ID using println. You can see here, the value is -1 just before the error, while other selections have unique values. So, if checked ID not equals -1, then we will display text.